Your league mates are sitting on the couch, eating chips, watching replays of last season's NBA Finals. And you know what you're doing? You're here, preparing to dominate your league because you putting in the work. Just like NBA players in the offseason, we are in the lab. We are in the gym putting up shots. You wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. Listen, if you are ready to dominate your league, please stick around because we are about to conduct a 12-team fantasy basketball mock draft for points leagues, selecting from the third pick. We believe every NBA fan that plays fantasy football should also play fantasy basketball. So here we are, back at it again. The draft is going to start really, really quick, but you know what it is. You know we do not like to start the episode without shouting out our sponsor. I want to start by talking about BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything online sports betting. Right now, you can receive a 50% free bet of up to $250 on your first deposit to bet on anything, from the Olympics to baseball to Formula One racing. BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack, poker, or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Head to the website today to get in on the action. Use promo code BELIEVE for your 50% free bet credit on your first deposit, up to $250. BetOnline, the game starts here. As usual about this time, we are cooking with hot grease, hot bacon grease. The draft is actually going to kick off in like 3 minutes, so we're going to get right to it. As you know, if you've tuned into any of our content this offseason, you know we are putting those reps in. I don't give a shit, Sue puppy. If you stick around, you will likely bring home your fantasy basketball championship, your prize money, and most importantly, the bragging rights. The bragging rights that come along with wearing the belt, the championship belt around your waist. So we're going to cook up. Let me make sure my sound is good. Boom, boom, boom. We all good there. Let me make sure my chat is live. Yo, yo, yo. We live in the building. Man, listen, I would say this before we start. Man, I know a lot of y'all have kids, man. If you got kids and you live in Georgia, boy, school is starting this week, and it has been so hectic at the Robin Marks household. I had to bring my Buc-ee's cup tonight, y'all. It's been that kind of party where I was like, man, these kids are running me raggedy. And I was thinking, like, I kept pushing the time of the draft back, and then finally I was like, man, listen, the kids are asleep now. My son is still up. He's moving and grooving. He can't sleep. He's just excited. First day of high school starts tomorrow, so he's pumped. But my little girl is asleep. My wife is in the bed. I was like, yo, we got to go get ready to lay down some primer for our NBA Fantasy Basketball Championships that we intend on grabbing this season. So listen, that's not much mock draft content out there because we up early. Early bird gets the worm, and my name is Robin, gosh darn it. I don't give a shit, puppy. Come on, man. Anyway, let me shout out my fellow drafters and likely our community members. So at the first pick, we got Joey's Finest Team. Number 2, we got Cash's Top Notch Team. I'm drafting from the 3rd slot. Then at 4, we have Fraud Squad. 5, we have Tyrese's Talented Team. Number 6, we have Paul's Perfect Team. At 7, Jason's Scary Team. Oh my God, Bihamik is here, y'all. He is the snipingest sniper I've ever seen in my life, man. I ain't getting nothing tonight. If Bihamik is here, I can't get nothing out here. Good googly scoop. Number 9 is Reed. Number 10 is Dylan's Daring Team. Number 11 is Christopher's Competitive Team. And number 12 is Arbaz's Astounding Team. Not the Astounding. Okay. I see you, my guy. I see you. Let me go ahead and share my screen for my people who are tuning in live or with the replay, and for our audio podcast listeners. Of course, I'll do my best to describe what's happening here. So we have our screen up. We have 1 minute before the draft starts. I am drafting from the third position early on in the game, just like from the 1 and the 2, the 3 options that I'm targeting here: Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, and Luka Doncic, in that order as of right now. I'm leaning towards moving Victor Wembanyama to my 1 spot just because, right? I don't really have much of a reason besides he's an alien that we've never seen anything like this before, and he's actually going to break fantasy basketball. So for me, I'm inching towards putting Victor at my 1, and my points league rankings will be coming out very, very soon. And I'll share a link with you guys if you want to check those out. And also, just let me know in the comments. Give me your rankings if you guys want my points leagues rankings as well as my dynasty points league rankings. So the draft is on. Let's cook like popcorn. Let's get it. So Joey is thinking. He shouldn't have to think long. For me, I'm grabbing the Joker here, but he might grab Wemby. Let's see what happens. Joey grabs Nikola Jokic. Great move. Next up is Cash. Cash is going to probably grab Luka or Victor Wembanyama. I hope he grabs Luka because I want Wemby. I want me some Wemby. Let's see. I'm going to have a sip out of my daggone Bucky's cup. There we go here. Where is it? There it is. See what I got there? Bucky. Okay, so he grabbed Luka. Great. So at the 1-2, we have Luka going. So I'm going to grab myself some Victor Wembanyama with the 3rd pick. I love the start of this. So it's official. Victor Wembanyama will be the poster boy of the thumbnail of this episode. I'm just saying. Number 4 goes Joel Embiid. Now, I have some question marks around that. So for me, I have some concerns around Joel, but he is one of the highest producing fantasy players. He didn't play a bunch of games last year, but he did end the season very high. So I'm going to try to pull up some data here so I can give you guys some play-by-play information on that for points leagues. So last year for points leagues, let me make sure I'm not lying here. For points leagues, Joel finished number 2, but he only played 39 games. So that's the issue that I have. And that's a concern that many fantasy managers will have with Joel Embiid, is that they have health concerns. But if the man plays, he's going to crush. So let's get back to the recap. After Joel Embiid at the 1-4, we had SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, at the 1-5. Yes. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the 1-5. My apologies, at the 1-6. Tyrese Halliburton at the 1-7. Domantas Sabonis at the 1-8. And Anthony Davis at the 1-9. I love that. And I think that's value for Anthony Davis, to be quite honest. I believe that Anthony Davis has been kind of, painted into a corner surrounding his reputation as being the man made of glass, being a consistent year-to-year injury risk. But last year he played. He finished number 5, according to Hashtag Basketball, in points leagues, and played 76 games. 76. 7-6. You know what I mean? Finished averaging 24.7 points per game, 12.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists. And also Anthony Davis finished with 1.2 steals and 2.3 blocks. It don't get much better than that for fantasy basketball. So for me, I think him going at 9, he's moving up. Some of these mock drafts, he's been a little lower. I think by the time we get into actual draft seasons, people are going to be drafting him in the middle of the first round, maybe 5, maybe 6, because Anthony Davis, he played, he was healthy. And if he does that again, I believe he's going to give a heck of a return on any investment that folks made if they drafted him. Let's get back to the recap. After Anthony Davis at the 1-9, we have Jalen Brunson at the 1-10. You believe that? Man, your man is the boss with the sauce. Come on, man. Let me run down some Jalen Brunson stats because over the last couple weeks, I've been like, yeah, I think he was averaging like 27 or 28 just because I didn't know off the top of my head, but I knew it was high. Let me give you the actual numbers, right? So your man plays 77 games, win 28.7 points per game. Yes, 6.7 assists per game. Oh my goodness gracious gosh. Your man is out here with the top off, boobies is out, hair blowing in the proverbial wind. Convertible status. Yo, I love some daggone Jalen Brunson. Okay, after Jalen Brunson at the 110, we have Jason Tatum at the 111. Man, he's falling, man. Anthony Edwards at the 112. Before I go in the second round, I'm going to just quickly take a look at what I'm doing with my life for my next pick. Let me see who we got around and down in this area. Oh, man, this is something that I do on a regular. Anytime I'm in this area, if this guy's available, I will take him. I will take him. And then I have my backup plan who is here as well. Got a couple of guys I'm looking at. The guys that are on the board, just so you can know. Ja Morant is at 13. He just got drafted. We got DeJounte, Paolo, De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan, Chet Holmgren. Man, you know what this is. If I can connect Victor Wembanyama with Chet Holmgren in the first 2 rounds of a fantasy basketball draft, I have to do it. Let's get Chet. Bang, bang, bang. So let's get back to the recap. After Anthony Edwards at the 112, kicking off at the top of the second round, I should say, is Donovan Mitchell. At the 2-2, Trae Young, 2-3, Alperen Sengun. Yes. Father Time himself, LeBron James, goes at the 2-4, Devin Booker at the 2-5, Scotty Barnes at the 2-6, Steph Curry at the 2-7. Steph Curry was going as late as the third round, so that's interesting to see him go a little higher. 2-8, we have Kevin Durant. 2-9, Ja Morant. I drafted Chet Holmgren at the 2-10, Paolo Banchero at the 2-11, and then Kyrie Irving at the 2-12, finishing up the second round. So, I'm up again. Players that are available. DeJounte, DeMar, Damian Lillard, Jalen Green, Bane, Vucevic, Ball. All of these guys are interesting. You know, for me, listen, I'm going to just go ahead and grab Damian Lillard. I know he's going to cook this year. Grabbing Damian Lillard in the third round, like what could go wrong, right? Like I don't. The only thing that could go wrong would be health. Let's check out what Dame did last season really quick. Damian Lillard finished at 27 last season. He finished at 27 and finished the season. He played a bunch of games. He played 73 games, averaged 24.3 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 7 assists. Also, 1 steal. Listen, that's solid production. For a third-round pick, that is perfect. I am okay with where I grabbed Damian Lillard. I would have preferred a Kyrie Irving, maybe even a De'Aaron Fox there, and other players I may have looked at in that place or in that at that area would have been maybe LaMelo Ball or maybe Tyrese Maxey. But I'm fine with Damian Lillard there. So, moving right along. After I drafted, where were we up to? After Chet Holmgren at the 210, we have Paolo Banchero at the 211, Kyrie Irving at the 212, De'Aaron Fox at the 3-1. Yes. Bam Adebayo at the 3-2. Yes. Damian Lillard at the 3-3. Yes. Tyrese Maxey at the 3-4. Yes. LaMelo Ball has been falling. This guy was a first-round pick last year, I think, right? Crazy. I think if he stays healthy, he's going to crush. Lauri Markkanen all the way up to the third round, 3.6, the 3-6 pick. Cade Cunningham at the 3-7. Yes. James Harden at the 3-9. Oh, I love that pick. I would be okay with drafting James Harden instead of taking Damian Lillard. So I would have been okay with having him. That's definitely something. DeJounte Murray, I'm sorry, Kawhi Leonard at the 3-10. For my folks at home, I'm just looking at the camera. Come on, man. Let's look at Kawhi's stats, because I be hating on Kawhi, but Kawhi played a bunch. Kawhi actually played 68 games last season, which is really good. Averaged 23.7 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 0.9 blocks. So he had a really solid season. Again, he was injured in your fantasy playoffs, which is my issue with him, is that he's never available when I need him. But he played a bunch of games. So I'm going to move my Kawhi needle over a little bit, just a tad bit. Maybe I'll draft him. Maybe. After Kawhi Leonard, we had DeJounte Murray at the 3-11, Jaylen Brown at the 3-12, Jalen Williams at the 4-1, Jalen Williams from the OKC Thunder. And then DeMar DeRozan falls to the 4-2, Desmond Bane at the 4-3. And I'm going to quickly have a sip of my Buc-ee's Cup. If you are tuning in live, do me a favor. Let me know where you're checking in from. Drop your questions here. Drop your questions here as well, and I will do my best to answer them in overtime. Big shout out to Reed. He says, points, league, rankings, please. Coming soon, my guy. Coming soon, my guy. Then we have the Highlight Factory. He says, oh, man, Sunday draft days back upon us. Yeah, oh, man, you know we cooking over here, Highlight Factory. Come on, man. And then we got Stephen Kennedy with a suggestion. He says, you need to show who got drafted at what spot more on your videos. We can't see as viewers. That's a very, very good point. I could shift what I'm doing here to allow you to see the actual list of the players, but Stephen, I'll do my best. I will do my best. Thank you for your input. All right, so let's keep going. Back to the recap. After Desmond Bane at the 4-3, we have Kristaps Porzingis at the 4-5, Zion Williamson at the 4-6, Karl Anthony Towns at the 4-7. I love that. And then Julius Randle at the 4-8. I'm going to be up next, so let me start looking and cooking, see who I got. Oh, I know who I'm eyeing. I'm not going to say his name, though, because somebody going to take him. If I say his name, Beetlejuice, he gonna pop up on you. So PG 13. Let's get it. Podcast P. Bang, bang. Stuff like that. I'm just saying. You see what I'm doing out here. Come on. So after I drafted Paul George at the 4-10, we got my man Cash's top-notch team up. I can actually, I was going to see. I'll hold. I was thinking about Steven there. Steven is here, right? Steven got a question. I'm going to hold on Steven's question until I can actually pull the player that he's talking about. I think I'm going to just draft that joker next. I don't know if y'all watching it, but because, my fellow drafters, they in here acting like it ain't a game. These guys don't be playing with me, especially my man B. Hamid. My man B. Hamid be out here drafting like freaking Josh Lloyd. He out here acting like Steve Alexander in the street, and he acting like Noah Rubin in these streets. Come on, man. Your man B. Hamid is like a fantasy basketball analyst, yo. He don't play. So the guy that I want, I think I'm gonna draft him early. I think I might draft him early because I don't know if he's gonna be around. I'm not gonna draft him this early though. So let's take a look. We cooking with hot grease. Man, it's some goodness gracious out here. It's some goodness gracious, and I got to take this. I'm gonna go with my man. I'm gonna take Jaren Jackson Jr. here. So after I drafted Podcast P at the 4-10. Then we had Jamal Murray at the 4-11. Then we had Mikal Bridges at the 4-12. I don't know how I feel about that. I hope I'm wrong because I support New York teams. I'm originally from New York, but everything about Mikal Bridges, where people have drafted him over the last few years, reeks of hot dog water. Like warm hot dog water. And I'm listen, I like Mikal Bridges a lot, but I don't know. I just don't know. After Mikal Bridges at the 412, kicking off the top of the fifth is Kyle Kuzma at the 5-1. Jimmy, sell you some coffee and rest half his games, goes at the 5-2. I grabbed Jaren Jackson at the 5-3. Definitely interested in seeing what he does this season. Nikola Jokic, my apologies. Nikola Vucevic at the 5-4. Darius Garland at the 5-5. Jarrett Allen at the 5-6. And Freddie in your face, Drake Van Vliet at the 5-7. I love it. And there he goes. Bahamik, I freaking hate you. Like, I hate you so much. Bahamik grabs Jalen Johnson at the 5-6. This guy is a freaking sniper. I know what you're doing, my guy. I know what you're doing. Let me pull up Steven's question. Oh, man, you're good. That's my guy. Bahamik is cooking. Steven says, where do you think Jalen Johnson is going to go in 9-cat leagues? In 9-cat leagues, I think he'll go in a similar area. I think he'll go in that fifth round, bottom of the fifth round. Maybe even earlier. I was on I was on Dan Bespris on his show, The Old Man Squad, and we talked about this. And we talked about Jalen Johnson and how people are going to have to reach for him if they actually want to get him on their team. As you can see here, my man Bahamik, I'm spewing the hate at you, my guy, is really reaching for him based on his current ESPN projected draft position. So listen, I think Jalen Johnson can go in the fifth round, maybe fourth, and he keeps moving up with DeJounte Murray moving out of town. One of the reasons I'm here in the Atlanta area, right? One of the reasons that they moved on from DeJounte Murray is because they felt so confident in what Jalen Johnson brings to the table, and he is a fantasy gold mine. He's definitely one of those players that for points leagues and 9-cat leagues will provide limitless value. Last year for points leagues, he finished at 55. That's 16 points per game, 8.7 rebounds per game. Cha-ching! 3.6 assists, 1.2 steals, and a little less than 1 block a game. So Jalen Johnson is a fantasy basketball stud. Where you got him last year, he could have resulted in being a league winner, but where he is now, the market needs to kind of settle around expectations for him. Based on what he did last year, I think fifth round will be fair, but you could reach earlier for him, and I would be okay with it. After Jalen Johnson at the 5-8, big shout out to Bahamik, you're killing it, my guy. We had Brandon Ingram at the 5-9, OG Anunoby at the 5-10, Jalen Green at the 5-11, and rounding out the fifth round, Rudy Gobert at the 5-12. So I'll be up in a minute. I'm going to try to pull something together here. I know who I'm eyeing. I don't think anybody's going to take him because Bahamik is not there. So I'll be able to get this guy most likely. I'll be able to get this guy. But let's see how it plays out. So after Rudy Gobert at the 5-12, we have Brandon Miller at the 6-1, Emmanuel Quickley at the 6-2, RJ Barrett at the 6-3, CJ McCollum at the 6-4, and now I'm up. So my first pick, oh my goodness, oh not my first pick, my sixth pick, Jalen Duren. How you like that, Bahamik? Huh? How you like that? How you like those apples? After RJ Barrett at the 6'3", we have CJ McCollum at the 6'4", Derek White at the 6'5", Nick Claxton at the 6'6", Zach LaVine, man, how the mighty have fallen, at the 6'7", Miles Bridges at the 6'8", Kobe White at the 6'9". I grabbed Jalen Duren at the 6'10", and then Drew Holiday at the 6'11". I'm up in a couple picks, so let me start scrolling down to see what kind of action I can get here. Bunch of interesting players still available and around. I'm just scrolling, and trolling, looking to see if there's something beholding, and I won't be folding. Bars. Yeah, I know who I'm looking at. Not exciting, not sexy, but definitely I believe he'll be of some value to my squad, especially the way, we have a lot of big men on my squad, so I'm looking for a wing, potentially a guard. Guys I'm looking at right now, Devin Vassell and Anthony Simons are the ones I'm really interested in. I think I might just go with Anthony Simons. Haven't drafted him this season yet. Let's get us some Anthony Simons. Why not? Hopefully they give him some small forward, positional eligibility, I should say. That would be dope, but I don't think that's going to happen. Jalen Duren goes at the 6'10", then Drew Holiday at the 6'11". Josh Giddey, a.k.a. No Diddy, at the 6'12". Cam put up a shot, gunner, no bricks with the sticks, Thomas at the 7'1". D'Angelo Russell with the hustle, 7'2". Anthony Simons at the 7'3", maybe. Keegan Murray at the 7'4". I think that's a great pick. Tons of value there. Love that. All right, let's get back to the chat, see what my guys are talking about over here. So, yo, you're funny, Highlight Factory. Highlight Factory said Walt Frazier bars. That's how you know you old, when your bars get compared to Walt Frazier's. Walt Frazier be saying some crazy stuff. It's the nexus when they connect this. He be like out here. He said Walt Frazier bars. You ain't right, Highlight Factory. You ain't had to hit me like that. That is good to me. Man, that's funny. I'm sorry. That is too good to me. All right. Let's keep it pushing with the recap. After Keegan Murray at the 7'4", we have DeAndre Ayton at the 7'5", Austin Reeves at the 7'6", Devin Vassell, heck of a value, at the 7'7", Miles Turner at the 7'8", Jonas Valanciunas at the 7'9", and then Chris Paul goes at the 7'10". Whew, that is a reach, but I like it. Shaedon Sharpe at the 7'11". I got question marks about him. I need to see it before I can believe it. Jonathan Kuminga at the 7'12". My man R. Baz with his astounding team is standing on business. I'm just saying. Tyler Hero at the 5'1". That's a heck of a value. I'm not mad at that at all. Walker Kessler at the... I'm sorry, I said 5. Tyler Hero at the 8'1". Walker Kessler at the 8'2". Draymond Green at the 8'3". I don't know. I don't know about that one, Dylan. But, hey, I could be wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. But I think there's a chance, maybe. Terry Rozier at the 8'4". Tobias Harris at the 8'5" by B-Hamic. Yes, I love that pick, B-Hamic. Man, that's good. Yo, Tobias Harris is going to cook in Detroit. I am serious, y'all. I like that pick. Jordan Poole. Jordan leaving the kids at the pool with the baddies at the 8'6". Jabari Smith Jr. at the 8'7". Jakob Poeltl at the 8'8". I'm going to be up soon. Let me start eyeing some of these guys that we're interested in. I'm going to jump out the window on somebody next. I got to. I'm going to just go off a name value on my next pick. I'm sorry, y'all. It is time. It is time. First one I'm going to go with is my man Chris Middleton. I'm sorry. I don't remember the last time I drafted Chris Middleton. He don't ever be healthy. Let me see if I can find his numbers, because he don't ever be healthy. He out here like limping. Man. Chris Middleton finished at 93 for points leagues last year. Played 55 games, averaged 15.1 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 5.3 assists, a little less than a steal a game, and his blocks per game were kind of irrelevant. So, in a 12-team league, grabbing him in the 8th, he finished at 93. I don't know. Again, definitely something that is more of a bucket list deal where I don't remember ever drafting Chris Middleton in a mock draft, because you know what? I probably wouldn't draft him in a real life draft. I don't even remember having Chris Middleton on my team ever. And if I did have him on my team, he was probably in my IR. I'm just saying. So the next guy I was looking at, dang, he's gone. I was going to grab Bradley Beal on a strength, but he's gone. But that's okay. That's okay. Don't have much of this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it. I'm going to grab me some Ausar Thompson really quick. Ausar Thompson. So let's get to the recap. After Jakob Poeltl, we have Bradley Beal at the 8-9, Chris Middleton at the 8-10, Dan Gafford at the 8-11, Yusuf Nurkic at the 8-12, Tyus Jones at the 9-1, Ben Yamens Simmons at the 9-2. I've been seeing Ben Simmons go as the last pick. Your man don't play. I don't know what to say. Ausar Thompson at the 9-3, Colin Sexton at the 9-4, Mark Williams, love that pick, yes, at the 9-5, Michael Porter Jr. at the 9-6. I think that's good value. I think that's pretty good value. Come on, man. Let's keep cooking. After Michael Porter Jr. at the 9-6, we have Jeremy Grant at the 9-7, and then Dante DiVincenzo at the 9-8. That's my man B. Hammock. Grabbing your man Dante with the tonic. Bars. Walt Frazier. Bars. After Dante DiVincenzo at the 9-8, we have Aaron Gordon at the 9-9. Then we have Isaiah Hartenstein at the 9-10. Bogdan Bogdanovic at the 9-11. People are overlooking Keldon Johnson right now. People are scared of Scoot Henderson right now. They are getting passed over. They got some goodness here, though. We got some interesting plays down here. I'm gonna get some oldies and goodies when I get up. I'm gonna get me some oldies but goodies when I come back up. I'm just saying, y'all. I got to. So far, this is one of my least favorite teams that I've drafted. Definitely excited that I have Chet and Wemby, which I think I've secured that duo before. Also really happy with George, but then I have some question marks that we'll talk about a little later when I rank my team. So make sure you stick around for that. After Bogdan Bogdanovic, we have Kelly Oubre Jr. going at the 9-12. And then at the top of the 10th, we have P.J. Washington. Then at the 10-2, Clay Make Your Day Thompson. And then at the 10-3, we got Mike Conley. Then at the 10-4, we got Buddy Hield and B. Hammock. I freaking hate you, dude. You're getting me every week. At the 10-5, B. Hammock grabs my guy, Rob Dillingham. I think I got B. Hammock. Let me know in the chat. Did I grabbed him last week, right? I think I might have beat you to the punch last week. Let me know in the comments. I don't remember, but I did get you 1 week. I'm going to be up soon, so let me lock in, and then we'll get back to the recap. So I like Keldon Johnson here. I'm okay with it, but I'm not drafting Keldon Johnson right now. I think I will go with something that I really like. I'm going to go with Trey Murphy III, and then I'll wait on my next pick and see what I'll do next. I'm all about uniting the Thompson twins. That's something that I do. For the last 2 years, I've been doing it. As I said earlier, I'm down here in the Atlanta area. We are big OTE fans, big time OTE fans. One of the reasons we like Rob Dillingham so much, the reason that we love the Thompson twins, we've been to a few games. We were actually in the house the night that the scoring record was broken. So, hey, we love some OTE. So let's just go ahead and practice what we preach. Amen. Amen Thompson. Welcome to the squad. Okay, so rookies are going off the board. Donovan Clingan is off the board as well. Very, very interesting. Let's see how many more rookies go off the board. So after Rob Dillingham at the 10-5, we have Zubac at the 10-6, Scoot Henderson at the 10-7, Onyeka Okongwu at the 10-8. Man, if you don't know how to say Onyeka Okongwu, you're going to have to practice. Because I had to practice that. After Onyeka Okongwu, at the 10-9, we have Malik Monk. At the 10-10, I grabbed Trey Murphy III. Brooke Lopez at the 10-11. Denny Advia at the 10-12. Donovan Clingan at the 11-1. Keldon Johnson at the 11-2. Amen Thompson at the 11-3. Alex Caruso at the 11-4. Cameron Johnson at the 11-5. Clint Capella at the 11-6. Derek Lively II at the 11-7. When I tell you, for Dynasty, watch out for your man. He's only going to get better. Reed Shepard at the 11-8 with from my man B. Hammock, of course. Zach Edney at the 11-9 goes to my man Reed. I haven't grabbed a rookie yet, so I'm going to look for me some rookies on the next one ski. Actually, you know what? Y'all keep those rookies. I'm not messing with those rookies. My favorite rookie, I think, is Reed Shepard. Let me get a sip of my daggone Bucky's cup. Oh, B. Hammock checked in. Let me see. B. Hammock, you serious, my guy. Me and you, we going at it every week out here. B. Hammock says, yup. You took Dillingham last time, so I had to make sure I could secure him this time. LOL. You did, and I don't know. We would have to check the numbers to see how early he's been going, but in our drafts, he's going earlier and earlier. Listen, chances are with Rob Dillingham, like just keeping it real with the entire community and the world at large. Let's be real. Rob Dillingham is a microwave scorer. He is a Lou Williams type of player. He will come off of the bench most likely, especially to start the season in Minnesota, and I believe that he will likely be the first man off of the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if by mid-season there wasn't a transition of moving him into the starting lineup. But I know for sure if something happens and Mike Conley goes down, it is going to be showtime. Your man, Rob Dillingham, did not start at Kentucky, y'all. He didn't even start at Kentucky. He came off the bench and was a lottery pick. I'm just saying, guys, I've been watching this kid since, my son is a big fan. So we've been watching this kid his whole journey, ever since he posted videos of him playing with Kanye's team, Donda Academy. I'm telling you, something special. So, B. Hammock, you are justified for reaching for Rob Dillingham. Let's get back to the recap. After Zach Edney at the 11-9, we have Kelly Olynyk at the 11-10, Naz Reid at the 11-11, Jaime Jaquez Jr. at the 11-12, Zachary Rissachar at the 12-1, John Collins at the 12-2, Alex Sarr at the 12-3, Jordan Miller at the 12-4, Stephen Castle at the 12-5, Jeremy Sohan at the 12-6, Brandon Podziemski at the 12-7, Dennis Schroeder at the 12-8. What do y'all say? Let me know if somebody's tuning in right now. Should I grab Bronny James? People been they've been farting all over your man. They've been whoopee cushioning him, yo. Let me know if y'all want me to take Bronny James on my last pick today. But for this pick, oh baby, I got a couple I'm looking at, but there's only one. Ooh, no, there's actually two. But I'm going to take my man Trayce Jackson Davis. Trayce Jackson Davis. Let me know if y'all want me to take my man Bronny with my last pick. Because I will. Let me cue him up. Let me cue up my man Bronny James. Because somebody got to draft him. He's ranked 661, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all doing Bronny dirty. He averaged more points than Alex Sarr in Summer League. I believe. That was the news that they were saying. What if I picked Bronny James? Would you guys be okay with that? Would the public be okay with that if we drafted Bronny James? With the final pick in the mock draft for this week, Robin Marks drafts Bronny James. Come on home, come on home, come on back to my squad, come on home. Let's go ahead and rate. Highlight Factory said, hold up a minute. He said, Highlight Factory said, I wouldn't, but you could pick him. Yeah, I wouldn't either in normal circumstances. I wouldn't either. But, hey, we got to. We doing a show here. We got to make sure it's exciting. And drafting Bronny James at the end of your draft is a play. Maybe it's not a power play, but it is a play. It is a play. Do I think Bronny James is going to get some play this year? A little bit. But he will likely be dumpster juice, rolling at the bottom of a burning dumpster. Unfortunately, because I really like the King. But this right here, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So as we close out really quick, Bronny James, then we have Andrew Wiggins, Keontae George, Andrew Nembhard, Dalton Connect, Ron Holland II, Reggie Bullock, Marvin Bagley Jr., Kevin Huerter, and then Jalen Suggs is our last pick. Let's go ahead and rate my team. As always, I do my best to give an honest rating regardless of what happens. I'm going to keep it real, so let's get it. Victor Wembanyama, yes. Chet Holmgren, yes. Damian Lillard, yes. Paul George, yes. Jaren Jackson Jr., yes. Jalen Duren, yes. Anthony Simons, yes. Chris Middleton. Heck to the nah. I am out on Chris Middleton, excuse me. Asar Thompson, maybe. Trey Murphy III, maybe. Amin Thompson, maybe. Trayce Jackson Davis, yes. Bronny James, heck to the nah. I am out on Bronny James. Overall, I think it was a solid draft. I do have question marks around Chris Middleton. Definitely Bronny James brought my score down. I'm going to give myself a 3.5 GOAT rating. A 3.5 GOAT rating. We are doing mock drafts every single Sunday during the off season. So if you want to pull up with us, make sure you stop by roughly around 10:30, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to get more focused content around mock drafts for points leagues, make sure you check out this playlist right here. This episode was presented to you by BetOnline.